welcome back to another class of physics for class 8, and the topic is your heat transfer. So in the last class we discussed about linear expansion, then we discussed about superficial expansion, and today we'll be talking about cubical expansion. This cubical expansion. And linear expansion, cubical expansion and superficial expansion, all these are thermal expansion of solids. Okay, these are the different ways in which solids expand. If it increases in length, if the solid when heated only increases in length, then we call it linear expansion. If when a solid is heated and if its breadth and length increases, then we say its area has increased or expanded, which means it is superficial expansion. And the third one, which we're going to discuss today, is your cubical expansion. Now, what is cubical expansion? Linear expansion is related to length, superficial expansion is related to area, and cubical expansion is increase in volume. So, if the length, the breadth and the height of a solid increases when heated, then we call it cubical expansion. Okay. So, cubical expansion. Now, what is cubical expansion? When a solid is heated, it expands in all directions, which means length, breadth and height. Thus, the volume of the solid increases too. So, if all the length, breadth and height increases, then the volume also increases. So, what does cubical expansion means? Cubical expansion means if the volume of a solid increases. Okay, the volume of a solid increases when heated. And when we talk about volume, what does it mean? That is the increase in length, breadth, and you can refer it as thickness or you can refer it as your height also. So either one will be correct. Okay, either you refer to height or thickness, that will be correct. So if length increases, breadth increases and height, all three increases, then we see the volume has expanded, which means the volume has increased for that solid, and which is categorized as cubical expansion. Okay. And even the cubical expansion depends upon three factors. Just like linear expansion, superficial expansion, cubical expansion also depends upon three factors. The first factor is your original volume. Okay, it depends upon the first factor is your original volume. And it's exactly like linear expansion and superficial expansion. In linear expansion, the first factor that it depended on was original length. Superficial expansion, when we talk about superficial expansion, the first factor that it depended on was initial area. Now, when we talk about volume, for the first factor that it depends upon is its original volume. Okay. So, if this is the original volume, if we compare two substances, okay, and if the original volume here is 3 units and this one has 5 units, so you can see from the side itself, A and B, which one has more volume? B has more volume than A. So when you supply them with the same amount of heat, okay, when you supply them with the same amount of heat, if you supply them with the same amount of heat, which will expand more, which will have more cubical expansion? It is B. So if the original volume is more, then the volume expansion will be more. And if the original volume is less, the volume expansion will be less. Okay, this is your first factor, that is your initial volume of the solid. The second factor that it depends upon is rise in temperature. So what does rise in temperature means? Rise in temperature means how much heat is supplied. And if you take for this, rising temperature means how much heat is supplied. Say, this is your A and this is your B. Now they have the same volume, 3 units each. Okay, these are only examples. So there are two solids which are named as A and B, and the volume is same for A and B. So what are we assuming here? 3 unit and 3 unit. Okay, what is same here? Volume is same. Now if you supply them with heat, and if you supply here with less heat, if you supply A with less heat, and if you supply B with more heat, which one will have more temperature? In which case will the temperature be more? So obviously it will be B. So B will have more temperature because B has been supplied with more heat. So more heat you supply to an object or a solid, more will be its temperature. Okay, so when you compare this, so this is your second factor, that is your rise in temperature. More is the rise in temperature, more is the increase in its volume. And since you've been supplying more heat here, okay, the temperature is more in this case, so the volume expansion will be more in case of B. And the third factor it depends upon is the material. The third factor that it depends upon is the material. Okay, material of the solid. So if you take a copper solid and you take iron solid and their volume is same, okay, volume is same, and you supply with the same amount of heat, if you supply the same amount of heat, now for copper and for iron, so you have supplied the same amount of heat, volume is same, original volume is same, you have applied the same, we have supplied the same amount of heat. Despite that, the increase in volume for copper will be more than the increase in volume for iron. Okay, the increase in volume for copper will be more than the increase in volume for iron. Reason? Copper is a better conductor of heat than iron. You know this fact. Copper is a better conductor than iron. Therefore, material of the solid. So different materials absorb the heat differently. Okay, different materials they have different capacity to absorb the heat. So if you compare two different substances having the same volume and same amount of heat, if you supply them with the same amount of heat, despite that, the increase in volume for one solid will be more than the increase in volume for another solid. Reason is because one would be more good conductor than the other one. Okay, so these are the three factors in which cubical expansion of solid depends. Now let's recapitulate. Linear expansion depends upon three factors. One is your original length, second is rising temperature, the third is material. Likewise, superficial expansion also depends upon three factors: original area, rising temperature, material of the solid. And cubical expansion also depends upon three factors. First one is your original volume, second one is your rising temperature, and the third one is your material. Okay, so these are the three factors in which linear expansion, superficial expansion and cubical expansion depends upon. The same three factors. Okay. Now, you know, when we talk about linear expansion, what was the mathematical expression for linear expansion? It was LT minus L naught, which is equal to L naught alpha t. And what is your alpha? Alpha is your linear expansion, coefficient of your linear expansion. Then for area, the mathematical expression for superficial expansion was AT minus A0, which is equal to A0 beta t. And what is your beta? Beta is the coefficient of superficial expansion. Similarly, cubical expansion also has a mathematical expression, and its cubical expansion is represented by the letter gamma. Okay, and for cubical expansion, let us take this is related to volume, so we take if volume of an object, if the volume of an object at 0 degrees Celsius is V0, then you supply heat to that object. When you supply heat to the object, okay, when temperature increases, after supplying heat, when temperature increases to T degrees Celsius, then the volume of an object, the volume of the same object changes to, which means the volume increases and changes to Vt. Okay, so what will be the expansion? What is the change in volume? The change in volume is given by Vt, that is your final volume, minus your initial volume, which is equal to your initial volume, and then this one, which looks like y, is not your y. What is this? This is called gamma. What is this called? This is called gamma. It's another Greek symbol, okay, gamma. And what does gamma represent here? Gamma represents coefficient of cubical expansion. So what does gamma represent? Gamma represents coefficient of cubical expansion. Alpha here represents coefficient of linear expansion. Beta represents coefficient of superficial expansion. And gamma represents coefficient of cubical expansion. So alpha, beta, gamma are the coefficients of linear, superficial and cubical expansion respectively. Okay, so you need to remember this, the relationship between how do we find the coefficients for linear expansion, superficial expansion and cubical expansion. And there is a relationship between them as well, okay. There is a relationship between alpha, beta and gamma. And what is the relationship between alpha, beta and gamma? Beta is 2 times alpha and gamma is 3 times alpha. Okay, what does it mean? Beta is 2 times alpha means the superficial expansion is always twice the linear expansion. Okay, what does this mean? It means the superficial expansion is always 2 times, that is twice the linear expansion, and gamma means the cubical expansion is always 3 times the linear expansion, which means the cubical expansion will be 3 times more than the linear expansion. So beta equals to 2 times alpha, and gamma is equals to 3 times alpha. And if you relate them, if you find the ratio of alpha is to beta is to gamma, then it will be 1 is to 2 is to 3. Okay, so these are the relationship between alpha, beta and gamma, which is equal to 1 is to 2 is to 3. This is the relationship between alpha, beta and gamma, and these are important. Okay, so please remember that the beta, that is your superficial expansion, coefficient of superficial expansion is twice the linear expansion, and the coefficient of cubical expansion is 3 times the linear expansion. And when we connect this 3, we get, if we compare the ratio, that means alpha, beta and gamma, then we get 1:2:3. Now you might be wondering, how did we get 1:2:3? So let me tell you, if we are comparing them, if we are finding the ratios, so we have alpha, so instead of beta, I can write it as 2 alpha. So instead of beta, I'm writing 2 alpha, and instead of gamma, I'm writing 3 alpha. So all this alpha, beta and gamma, all these are in terms of alphas here. Alpha, there's 1 alpha, 2 alpha and 3 alpha. And when all the alphas get cancelled, you only left with numbers. So 1, so all the alphas gets cancelled, so you only with numbers, that is 1:2:3. This is how we get 1:2:3. I hope it's clear now. If you have any doubt, any queries, please do contact me. Thank you and have a good day.